guys, so this reading will be for Capricorn for the month of April. I had uploaded a video before and it somehow got deleted. I'm sure I did it accidentally somehow. So sorry that this is a little bit late, but I'll just redo it. The last reading was pretty interesting, so we'll see if there's some similar themes. But yeah, sorry about that again. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, check your rising, moon, or Venus sign. Okay, there may be messages for you there. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, the last reading was a little bit interesting. So right away we have here and now and in between worlds. So definitely going through a transition phase, trying to stay present, but you're going through some big changes. Let's see what comes up. Capricorn for April. Yeah, as I was saying, there's like some type of transition phase. Let's see if we can get more information. Yeah, you've been thinking a lot about this. Thinking and observing. That's the overall energy from this deck. Observer. I feel like you've been up in your head a lot. Maybe since you're going through these changes, it's like you know that there's something to leave behind. And you kind of know it, but you're still working on it. You're still working on it. Let's see. All right. Capricorn, yeah, as I was saying, right, you're working on it. It's kind of like you're a little bit stuck. It's like you know what you need to do, and you're trying to gather the strength and the courage to make it happen. Let's see. Yeah, you're looking into adjacent possibilities. I feel like you're trying not to revisit the past. Just like have a clean break going forward. But you're not quite there yet. Yeah, maybe because of this, financial constraints, that's kind of hindering your ability to take action on it at this time. So Cancer energy, okay. It's like there's still something from the past holding you back. It also may have to do with money, but there's still something from the past holding you back that's preventing progress on this transition. Let's see. Yeah, you're just trying to go with the flow right now. Not making any big moves. Yeah, it's kind of like you're like open and receptive to what's come next, but there's also this like underlying sense of uncertainty that's holding you back. Like fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. Strength again. You're trying to gather the strength to not go backwards. Remember how I was saying that? Look at this card. You're trying to gather the strength and the courage to move forward and not look back. Yeah. This is the block. This is the block. It may also have to do with finances, okay, but just in terms of like your own energy, I feel like you're stuck in your head a lot. You're up in your head a lot. Yeah, you had some harsh lessons recently, I think, or you made some big realizations about lessons that were learned recently. This is what you want to work towards, is like having more true abundance in your life, not only in regard to finances, but like just in terms of like your own like high vibrational energy. I feel like you were feeling a little bit low recently, possibly. Yeah, trying to build up the strength and the courage to not get sucked into those past cycles, not go backwards, going forward. That's a repeated thing. Wanting to go forward. There's a difference, right? Yeah. You're trying to go with the flow, as I was saying, right? That was specifically the word that I used. But you're not really navigating within the flow. You're like open and receptive to what comes. This is an interesting energy. You're like weeding past difficult experiences out of your life, okay? Or working on integrating them, I should say. Working on integrating them. See the eyes? You're working on integrating those difficult experiences from the past, and this may be why you have been stuck up in your head. But also the lack of movement may be from this. You want to go with the flow, but there's still this pull to the past. You like recognize it and you don't want to go there, but it's still there. But you're working on this. See, it's like that mismatch energy. So there's some like reconciliation that needs to happen with this before there can be forward movement. And I feel like you're working on it. It's just going at your pace, right? Yeah. As I was saying, I feel like there were some difficult things from the past that you're working on integrating and trying to move forward from this. Because Wasp Spirit, sometimes life stings. Trying to move forward from this. Yeah. You know that these situations happen for a reason. Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. You know they happen for a reason. It's just like acceptance. That's what it is. You're working on accepting it for forward movement. That's totally what it is. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Definitely. Squirrel Spirit. You're building up the strength and the courage for that forward movement, to leave that behind. Co-create with Spirit. So this is in the upcoming energy, okay? Flow and co-create with Spirit. Right now you're literally just trying to hang on and not go backwards. This is at the heart of the reading. You're literally just trying to hang on and not get sucked into the past. In the upcoming energy, there is forward movement, but learning how to navigate with the flow is like, with divine flow, is really the key to co-creating with Spirit, okay? Yeah, act as if, Chameleon Spirit. And this kind of ties in with that like in between worlds card, Flamingo, the Flamingo card from the beginning. It's like a heavy time of transition period. So you're just like trying to get recentered, trying to regain balance after whatever happened in the past. I feel like it was recent past. Let's see if we can clarify with tarot here. Yeah, Eight of Swords. That's being like I was saying with this, right? Really being stuck up in your head. Because sometimes the message that I get with this card is like just thinking heavily on things, not necessarily overthinking, but being stuck up in your head was the message that I got with this card, and they're clarifying yes. So I feel like you're tired of being in this energy. Like if you think about just the visual image, you know it's kind of like you get lost in your head sometimes, and you know it's like just a cycle that doesn't really have any outcome. So I feel like you're working on breaking that. Yeah, you're working on breaking that, right? Because Three of Wands. But there's also this period of like transition that you're going through before there can be movement again, right? Because there's like an obstacle, a barrier for the next part of this person's journey before he can get to before this person can get back into the flow of things, right? There's like a pause. I feel like it's to integrate these lessons, and also maybe work on your finances, but also just gathering the strength and the courage to not go backwards. Yeah. The Master Manifester, the Magician, right? There may have been some manipulative energy surrounding what, like, Wasp Spirit, sometimes life stings. There may have been some manipulation that you're like thinking back on, you're like, wow, I was really manipulated in that situation. It could have been in regard to finances, or it could have just left you feeling really empty and alone, kind of barren. You're looking back on this. You're learning from it. It was an integral lesson for you. Yeah, Four of Swords. It was an integral lesson for you. You're like thinking back on it. No like real forward movement yet. Death. It's that transformation. So Scorpio energy, okay, this is at the heart of the reading. This is the transformation, not going backwards. Not going backwards. Right? Not getting back. That's literally the transformation, is not getting on that carousel of karma again. Saying, no, thank you. I've ridden that ride enough and I don't want to get back on it. Wheel of Fortune. As I was saying that, right? Literally think about what I just said, the carousel of karma. So these were heavy karmic lessons that you experienced and are integrating for this transformative process going forward. And as I was also saying in the upcoming energy here, that the energy will start moving again once these lessons are integrated. Right now you're just kind of like still resting, reflecting, and processing them. But there will be forward movement again, but also learning how to navigate within the flow to not get back on the carousel of karma. King of Pentacles, so co-create with Spirit. So having like financial stability is going to be a focus for you for April. Spirit is working with you in regard to your finances, okay? When you step into your authenticity, right, and you go with the flow of divine orchestration and learn how to navigate within that flow by not going back to these karmic cycles, abundance will be returned to you naturally. It just naturally will flow to you. But there may also be something that's shifting in terms of like your income. So I don't know if it's like a job change or Spirit supporting with you with this. If you've been thinking about doing something different for income, Spirit's trying to help you manifest this kind of new start in regard to your finances. But yeah, so Earth energy, okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The King of Pentacles is very grounded, very stable, independent. This is also a gentle reminder right now that after going through this transition period of like not going back to karmic cycles from the past, that's the transformation, right? Like that's where a lot of your energy is going right now, just not going to the past, not going backwards. Spirit's trying to work with you in this regard to be more independent in regard to your finances. So you're not left feeling like this. Yeah, you're just in this time of heavy healing and renewal. Aquarius energy, okay, the star. Something that's coming to mind with this chameleon spirit here is, coupled with this star card, is sometimes like self-doubt, right? Self-doubt or holding back or overthinking can prevent momentum forward. So like if you're just diligent about momentum, it really helps to kind of shut these like negative thoughts up that are holding you back. Once you build that momentum to just like start going for it, right? It really helps to eliminate these like thoughts of self-defeat before you even try. So act as if I'm taking that as like, once you integrate these lessons and gain the energy to start working on it, the momentum will pick up. And these like self-defeating thoughts will cease. Yeah, because under that, watch your words. And Spirit has your back. These just keep coming off the bottom, right? So watch the words, and the phrases are like your inner script. Watch your inner script, because Spirit's right there with you. Look at all this air energy, right? Along with co-create with Spirit. Look at all these feathers, all this air energy for up and forward movement. It's like, watch that inner script, what you're telling yourself when you're in this overthinking mode. That may be what's inhibiting this forward movement. But I also get the sense you're just using this time to like heal from the past too, which is great. When you are ready to like, you know, shut down that inner script or work on curbing that a little bit, and just start with forward momentum, right? That forward momentum will help get things going, particularly in regard to your financial stability. Or just being more grounded and stable going forward, but finances are actually reflected in this reading a lot. And I feel like it's in regard to like particularly what your income is about, like your job, your career. It may be like a career shift for you, but also really some relationship stuff here is reflected too. But this inner script is what's stopping that, or like what's holding you back and stopping this from flowing. Spirit's waiting for you to be ready. But once that momentum starts, right? Once that momentum starts, it's going to flow. It's going to flow. All right? All right. So I want to get some divine awakening of the soul oracle here. Let's see. Yeah, this again. Divine purity, innocence, right? That was reflected here too with purity. Okay, you're working on purging stuff from the past. Working on purging stuff from the past. As I was saying with this card too, right? Like I feel like there's something from the past holding you back. And then when I cut the deck right now, this is the card that was there. So it's like eliminating that, either like that negative inner script or emotional turmoil from the recent past. You're integrating those lessons to get rid of what's holding you back. That's when things will start to shift and flow, and this transformative process will begin. Yeah, it's integrating that shadow side. Integrating that shadow side, the yin and the yang, right? I think you're aware of this. I feel like there's a lot of self-doubt reflected in this reading. But that's going to be the shift that causes this coming to light, getting you out of this dry desert, getting you out of this like dry desert mode, right? So being grateful, like maybe just saying, you know, at the end of each day, like 3 things, or at the beginning, 3 things that you're grateful for, may be helpful for you in April, just to kind of get that momentum going and like curb this kind of like dry, barren, that dry, barren inner script that's kind of like those self-defeating thoughts before you even start, right? So pay attention to what you're telling yourself internally. Be really cautious of your inner script during April, all right? Yeah, there was some trickery that happened, all right? That's what I was saying with this. The vibe I'm getting from this is like manipulative energy from the recent past. And they're confirming, yes, that's what it was. That's what you've been thinking and healing from, integrating those lessons. Someone may have manipulated your energy, or vice versa. I can't tell, but I think it occurred to you, is the sense I get. Yeah, this was part of your path, okay? This was part of your spiritual path for like upgrades. When we go through like harsh lessons sometimes, these karmic cycles that teach it, you know, they're lessons that are meant to be on our path for our awakening process, so that we can really step into our strength and develop healthy boundaries and not get back on that carousel of karma. That's the transformation. That's the true transformation, okay? So these were like fated lessons for you. I think you recognize that. There may be children involved, or it may have had to do with wounds from your own childhood. So root chakra is indicated here. Some root chakra clearing. Yeah, journey to recovery. So, yeah, journey to recovery. Just not going back. That's how I see this. The strength to not go back. That's the transformation. Because you know, that's what this leads to. It's just, as I was saying with this card, right? Like going in circles. And it's clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, which the message that I was particularly getting from it was, the main message is the carousel of karma. That just goes in circles, and you're like, wow, this ride, it doesn't change. You can see the cycles that you were in and why. And I feel like you got off the ride, you're just trying not to get back on. That's the main focus for April, trying not to get back on the ride, the carousel of karma, okay? Yeah, as I was saying that, right? Trying not to get back on the ride. That's going to be your main focus for April, so that you don't go in these circles. All right? That was the message I was getting from this card. Initially, you're using all the strength and courage that you have to just keep going forward and not go back. You know where that ride goes, and you are done with it, but it's still hard, right? So take time to grieve that timeline, right? Take time to grieve that timeline. That's what this is. All right, and yeah, this does have to do with work too. So it's like work and relationships are a big theme for you in April. I feel like there could be something else that you're going to be doing or you're thinking about what else you could do for financial income. But then also in regard to a romantic connection, healing from that and just focusing on your own financial stability for yourself independently. All right. And Spirit's right there waiting for you to co-create with you. It's just, see how Spirit's looking forward. This is just like an affirmation, like, yes, time to move forward. How many times is that reflected in this reading? And you see it. You see it. You're just trying not to get back on the ride. So just focus on healing from the past. You know, focusing on finances is going to be a big theme. Yeah, because under that, Treasure Island, focusing on finances for April is going to be big for you. And yeah, under that, not for you. Not for you. Fortune cookie, right? So, and again, this is interesting to me. Action forward, right? Action forward. Not for you. Not looking in the past. That's what's holding you back. Is this desire to cling to the past, even though you know that the right step is forward, right? Not looking back. Spirit's confirming. So focusing on healing and focusing on financial stability for April for you, Capricorn. This is what's going to help things come back to life for you. So you're not in this dry desert, okay? Feeling alone. Yeah, Spirit's with you. Spirit's with you. I know it can feel alone sometime and like a long journey. Like, oh, will I ever get there? but you're being protected. And also pay attention to your dreams, okay? Because you're being protected. So there may be messages for you there too. In regard to like some guidance for this financial stability that you're going to be working on or are working on, and just not going back to the past. All right. I hope that that helps, Capricorn, for the month of April. And again, I'm sorry that this video was like deleted somehow, but actually this reading turned out better. So maybe it happened for a reason. So thank you for being patient, and I will check in with you next month. Bye.